and Fox Sports here on iHeartMedia. This is an update going back to the week of November 19th, and I think it's important to keep this in the forefront. Russia fired, and this is confirmed by my contacts that are in Kyiv on the ground and went and looked and see where the missiles hit. Okay, so Russia fired a couple of missiles into Poland. They hit the ground, and what they were shooting at was 9 substations in Poland that was producing power to mitigate the power being out in the Ukraine. So Zelensky right now will tell you there's between 10 and 11 million people without power, water, natural gas. The temperatures, I checked, Bucha was 31 degrees yesterday, and it's cold, and it's going to get worse. It's just the wintertime over there. It's terrible. It's snowing. The mud, the fighting conditions are just terrible. So the general narrative is from the right-leaning versus the left-leaning. The right-leaning folks want to see Zelensky is corrupt, doesn't want to spend the time nor the money to continue to support Ukraine. The left, on the other hand, wants him gone so the fighting will stop, and they want to support a peaceful end of the fighting. But Zelensky has said time, and this is contrary to what General Milley and Lloyd Ashton are saying. They need to sit down and basically just shut up, okay? They don't have a clue. Zelensky is not going to engage in any talks until the Russians leave Ukraine. It's the bottom line. And my sources, once again, these are boots on the ground, and that's just the general narrative all the way around. And I ask you, what's happened to the rhetoric at NATO and the UN? They're beating their chest. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. You know what? Just as usual, they've done nothing. The only kudos I can give are to, and this is the first time ever, to Lloyd Ashton. The only thing that he's ever said that's made any sense is, regardless of who fired the missiles, they were blaming it on Russia, they blamed it on Ukraine, it belongs to Vladimir Putin. He's the cause of this. But I will add one more. The wink, wink, nod, nod that Biden gave to Putin to start the minor incursion, the blood is on Biden's hands. The other thing is Congress has finally agreed to call for an accounting of the money, and this is the conservative Congress that we now have. We have a majority in the House, and they want an accounting of the money that has gone to the Ukraine for defensive and humanitarian purposes. There hasn't been any accountability under the Biden administration, and with the additional $36 or $40 million billion, that will make a total of $91 billion in 9 months to go to Ukraine. You need to do the math. It took $50 billion a year to support Iraq or Afghanistan. So where's the money going? The other thing that started is this FTX scam. They're looking into Ukraine investing into crypto with defense funds, and then FTX turning around and donating approximately $40 million to the DNC for the scam midterm elections. So there needs to be some accountability. And that all said, the question still remains is, what about all the displaced Ukrainian citizens and the dead civilians? We're looking at somewhere approximately 110,000 Ukrainian soldiers that have been killed in this little minor incursion, according to Biden. This carnage has to stop. It just needs to stop. It's getting worse. There'll be more on my next vlog. We're going to talk about the new wave of attacks by the Russians on the Eastern Front and what's happening in Kherson. I'm Don McDowell, Outdoor Radio, huntingfishing.com. Pray for Ukraine.